What's up, Devils? J-Dog back to answer some more goddamn questions. Questions going over today. First one's a goddamn email question sent directly through email. And the next one's off. I just picked a handful of the next two videos that were in line. Again, kind of to get caught up, as there wasn't many questions on each. It's got a page worth of questions. This might make a whole video. If it don't, then I'll go to the third video next in fucking line. I think it was the introduction to hemorrhage or whatever was the next one I got in line. I think that's what it's called. So I'll look that up on my phone and peek at that at one all. So I thought these ones might be enough. Trying to get caught up as much as possible to get to like the 1 week out mark. Because again, going to Metal Threat, the goal is to get a bunch of videos. I'll be happy if I get a total of 6 videos recorded there. And like, that's not that many, J-Dog, because I'm expecting half these guys to be can't do it. It's too loud. Not up for it. Shy boys. My voice hurts. I'm smoking a bong, bro. Let's hit me after the show at fucking 4 a.m. when I'm fucking doing lines of coke. Dude, I'm going to bed. I got to be back up and fucking go be here tomorrow to vent again and be there. So I'm not doing all that fucking bullshit. So I'm expecting, well, you guys will see. You'll see how many I get. If I come back with 1 or 2, I got fucking fucked. If I come back with 6, then that to me, 6 or more, that's considered productive in my opinion. Be happy with that. And with that being said, that'll knock out a lot more days to where I'm going to get more behind on videos for the week because those videos won't be answering goddamn jack shit. There'll be another video for the day that'll just be interview. So that's another reason why. So trying to get kind of caught up here. Anyways, first goddamn question sent through email. And he's answered a bunch of questions on this channel before. And from Jordan Selle. Hey, J-Dog, I figured this would be a good question for the channel. When you worked regular jobs, did you ever have to deal with a toxic manager, and how did you handle it? A lot of people get into management positions because they feel weak and very small in the real world, so they use their position in the workplace to compensate for all that. I had one of those years ago, and that's how I figured those types out. I saw on his Twitter that he described himself as a feminist. He's also a huge fat fuck. So an actual manager that was basically problematic and creating like a toxic work environment, which I know exactly what the fuck you mean. Ironically enough, no, I have. When I say ironically is obviously I don't have a manager here at Hell's. I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to fucking start any goddamn riffraff. But as far as toxicness, whether it be current, past, won't say what it is, but in Hell's, I've dealt with more toxic shit fucking at Hell's than I have in any other jobs. Like, I'm trying to think. Where I worked at Burger King, pretty much I got along with everybody. Mickey D's. I worked at McDonald's. I was really young. I was 14. The haunted house I worked at, that's when I was 13. That was it's funny? My most hated job ever that I ever done was my very first job. I was 13 years old working at a haunted house. That sounds like it'd be the most fun. Sucked fucking shit. It was me and Chasey Boy that goddamn worked there. And the reason it sucked is because here in Ohio it was cold. I mean, granted, they bundle up, J-Dog. Right. I mean, just a fucking dumbass 13-year-old. So not that I went there in the goddamn wife beater or anything, but probably a light jackets and maybe just probably jeans and just some regular shoes as opposed to it's like, dude, should have put some goddamn long johns and maybe like one of those thick woolly socks. Because I remember my hands and my goddamn feet always being cold as fuck. And again, also kind of stupid too, was we didn't just dumbass kids. It's looking back at it. It's like, dude, you could have made it a hell of a lot more pleasurable thinking back about it. But at the time, I was just, obviously, dude, now I'm really fucking seeing how fucking stupid I was as a kid. Thirsty as fuck. It's like, why don't you bring a water bottle? Right. Exactly. Why didn't you? But what they did, dude, is I don't even know how the fuck this is illegal. Maybe it wasn't, goddammit, is they would walk around with a gallon of jug. Hey, guys, thirsty? Oh, to the next line. And me and Chase, we were probably, I think, the house, part of the haunted house we worked in, we were like, there was 3 houses, right? We were like, I think either second from last, because I think the chainsaw guy was last. I remember the kid that was working at 16. That's a no lost story. He was fucking funny as fuck. Fucking busted out a fire extinguisher spraying everywhere. One of the hardest times I ever laughed in my goddamn life. Anyways, but I think he was last and me and Chase were second last. What I'm getting at is we were at the end of the goddamn line. So by the time you got fucking down to us, thirsty, bro, fucking goddamn backwash fucking central guy practically soup floating around that motherfucker by the time you got to it. Again, why they would even think that's acceptable or legal? It's like maybe those little tiny little water bottles, maybe hand those out thirsty. Just that's a true fucking story. I'm not even making this shit up. Now I'm thinking about it. How the fuck did you find that acceptable? Everybody drinking from the same goddamn gallon jug. Then I'm thinking about it again. This is literally 25 years ago. So yeah, like I said, I was 13. Maybe that's why I didn't have water. Maybe I wasn't that stupid. Maybe you weren't allowed to bring drinks in. I almost because yeah, I would have grabbed like a can of pop or something. Because my parents always had that in the house. I remember that was always in the cupboards and shit. So yeah, it could have been me being that stupid. I would have grabbed one of those or something. I think yeah, you weren't allowed to bring food or drinks in. I think that's what it was. And your face is all fucking sweaty because you're wearing a mask. I remember losing my goddamn voice. So worst goddamn job ever. I remember right after that, went to Perkins restaurant. I was a dishwasher at 14, and that went out of business. No toxic shit there either. That went out of business like a few months after I started. I went right to McDonald's. But anyways, when I worked even at the dishwasher and McDonald's and then Burger King after that, went to quit McDonald's to go to Burger King at 15. It's funny, like when I was there, I'm like, fuck, these jobs are great in comparison to the goddamn haunted house of like fucking free food, free goddamn beverages. I'm in a warm environment, not sweaty face, no frostbitten toes. I'm like, this shit's great. Because I remember like other 14, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds working at McDonald's at the time I was. They were, bitch, this job sucks. If you want to see a job that sucks, go work in the haunted house up to fucking 1 a.m. on a school night, mind you. That's right, he did. Because it was the night you worked was Thursday, that was open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So two of them, Thursday night and Sunday night, were school nights. And I'm getting home, literally, no joke, like 1:30 in the fucking morning and getting up and going to school. Fuck that. The fucking shit sucked ass. So yeah, when I got to Mac Daddy's and everybody was fucking crying, whining and crying about how shitty that job was, I'm like, this job is fucking awesome. So yeah, when you see really dog shit, you get to what people consider dog shit. Yeah, this is fucking easy. But yeah, all the jobs. Then even when I worked at the printing company, when I graduated high school, worked at the print shop. Yeah, no toxic fucks. I mean, there would be an employee here or there where like I don't really like this motherfucker. But you just dealt with them high by and didn't have to deal with them anymore. I wasn't calling them up or giving them my number or hanging out or getting wings with them afterwards, right? But yeah, no, I guess I got pretty lucky. But I can understand that an office position or something if you got some just random just JoJo boss that you can't fucking stand, or just JoJo employee that you got to deal with on a daily basis that you pretty much have to communicate with like most of the day. That would be annoying, but in that sense, I literally lucked out, and I'm thankful that I fucking did. But yeah, as far as the most annoying shit with coworkers, again, I'm not gonna say if it's current or past. Um, it was actually here, ironically enough, fucking here. Was it at? Yeah, it wasn't even at the McDonald's or BK's there. Yeah, I got along. I'm trying to. Yeah, now that I mean, if I had to think deep, I think I got along with everybody always. Then there were some canoes where I'm like, yeah, this motherfucker don't listen to Deicide and doubt we have anything in common. I'm not going to hang out with him, but I could tolerate him for the hours I was there. Next line, goddammit. See Kyle. J Dogatron, question marks. Love the reference to John Wayne. John, put John Wasey game. You mean John Wayne Gacy? Can't even know the guy's fucking name. He was one sick puppy, too. We sure we're talking about the same guy? You didn't get the name right. What do you think of dudes who collect serial killer artwork? Eh, I mean, when you break it down and think about it, it seems kind of fucking strange, right? But I mean, whatever people are doing, gotta, if that's a hobby and you enjoy it. I mean, again, I've been told multiple times where people break it down as a hobby of working out and shit. Like that's just weird. Like why? Like it seems like a waste of time. Like other than like health benefits and shit like that, that's just unproductive. Or not maybe not unproductive, just like why? Why do you need all that? And I get it when you break it down. Why do you need all these records? You can just listen to it for free on YouTube. There's always the why. You can break everything down. Way I see it, if it's keeping your mind in a positive direction, you're not doing anything self-destructive. Because to me, people fall in a trap where their hobby is sitting up at the bar and just getting fucking hammered. That's fucking self-destructive. That's a complete fucking waste of time. So if it's somewhat productive and it makes you happy, that's what I say you should stick with. And whatever your brain caters to what makes you happy, you kind of can't help it. So just go with that. Yeah, a little strange. It's not for me, but I could see it. To me, it's like there's people that collect stamps, right? To me, collecting stamps is more weird or mundane than collecting serial killer artwork. You know what I mean? Because I have to admit, like, there's that. What is it in the museum? There's that handwritten letter that Albert Fish wrote to the Buds when he sent to the parents when he killed that Grace Bud. I mean, would I spend money or want to collect it? No, but the whole eeriness of seeing it or something that is kind of neat. You know what I mean? There is a mystique and curiosity even on myself, like to see it or to hold it, it'd be like kind of neat. I don't know how else to fucking describe it. So it kind of makes somewhat sense. Next in line, goddammit, Creed Enjoyer. Hey J Dog, what do I got to do to fix my uneven chest? Question marks. I can't fix it no matter what I try to do. Is it an upper chest thing? I don't know. What's uneven about it? I mean, generally speaking, it's usually fucking upper chest. I'll give you a few things. First off, when you say it's uneven, how fucking uneven is it? Do you show it to other people and they're like, whoa, that shit's out of fucking whack? Or do they look at it like, oh, nothing's going on? Keep in mind, everybody is not, and this is everybody, you're not universally the same on each side. For example, one arm is always going to be slightly bigger than the others. People I say, it's all like, yeah, my right arm is bigger than that. That's normal, dude. Your left leg is going to be slightly bigger than your. I mean, one leg's going to be slightly bigger than the other. One calf's going to be slightly bigger than the other. If you really, really analyze your chest, especially your full chest involved, when you look at it, it's going to be slightly where it inserts a little different. And it's weird. People think that they're so fucking abnormal or something out there. That's I'm like, I don't know how anyone picks up on this. I guess because they're just nitpicking their own body. But look at like a front double bicep pose of Arnold Schwarzenegger when he would compete back in the day. You can easily fucking find them. Just say front double bicep pose Arnold Schwarzenegger. Look at each arm on the side. They're not the same. One bicep peaks way more than the other. One's more of kind of like a football shape, and then the other one has like a really round baseball peak. Another one is do a front double. Search Dexter Jackson, who just retired. He's like probably one of the longest running. Well, he has the most IFBB pro wins in bodybuilding in the entire history of the sport. He won 29 pro shows, more than anybody in existence. He retired a couple of years ago, and look at the same thing. Front double bicep, Dexter Jackson pose. Same thing. His arms are similar to Arnold's, whereas one's, you can just tell, one's way more peaked than the other, so they don't look the same. So you're like that, or is it like, yeah, you take your shirt off and the average person, whoa, what the fuck's going on? But if you're saying uneven as far as your lower chest is more developed, large than the upper, that's totally fucking common. And that's why, for what I do, and if you look at even most pro bodybuilders, most of them, all they do is incline shit. Now, I have learned through my training and I put stuff that you always want to do some type of decline or flat if your body agrees with it, so you don't have an imbalance. Because there was about 18 months straight, which all I did was incline, and I noticed I was getting little tweaks in just the area. And I think because the range of motion wasn't working through all paths. So it's almost like the mid and lower chest was only becoming slightly weakened because you're only working in the through the upper chest range. So don't just do only incline, but primarily incline. Like incline barbell, flat bench press, in my opinion, is absolute fucking trash unless your body 100% agrees with it. It's where everybody tears their fucking chest. It's the biggest fucking ego lift of all goddamn fucking time. But incline barbell is great. Incline Smith is probably my favorite. You can bring the bar right to your fucking where exactly you want it, up, right, lower to the fucking bar where it's coming right here. Incline dumbbells, fucking those are all fucking great. So do more incline if it's your upper, if you're looking at it. Now, is there also a thing too, is do you have a lot of protrusion through your lower chest, and that's just gyno, aka bitch tits? That's if that's glandular tissue, there's only one way you're getting rid of that, and that's surgery. And it's really not that goddamn big of a deal. Just so you know, pretty much every pro bodybuilder out there, 90% of them have all had surgery for that. It's called the gynecomastia surgery. The main doctor that does it is Dr. Blau. He's out in White Plains, New York. He's done more pros than anybody. He's done the most amount of surgeries. You get your glands removed. So if you have that, again, it'll be what you do is if your pinch behind your nipple will be this hard glandular tissue. That's not fat. That's actual breast tissue, and that has to be surgically removed. Very, very common in the bodybuilding world. Extremely fucking common. Not that big of a deal. I mean, it's $10,000 big of a deal, but as far as the recovery shot, it's not that big of a deal. And like I said, extremely common. Now, if you can pinch it, if you just can grab, there's no hard tissue, then that's just fat. You just need to die that fucking shit off. You need to die until it comes off. But if it's actual muscle, if it's round, nice roundness, nice squared off fucking chest, and you're just flat on top, just do more goddamn fucking incline. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you weren't specific about how uneven it is. I'd have to physically see it, but just threw out a few fucking scenarios for you. Anthony Seski, what's your opinion on Rigor Mortis, bro? I think they were way ahead of their time. Self-titled, full-length, and Freaks EP rule. Well, I've seen you comment quite a few times, Anthony, which is weird to kind of ask me that question because you should know. Because even a few of the videos that I shot in my home office, it was up toward the picture disc wall, and I clearly have the first Rigor Mortis on picture disc on my wall. Um, in my opinion, the first Rigor Mortis album is one of the greatest thrash metal records ever for me. It's one of my all-time favorite thrash records. It's funny because I automatically assumed that that was a given that everybody likes it, but I bumped into a lot of I know Athnar doesn't like it at all. Dawn of the Dead thinks it's like the worst fucking thrash record in history, hates it. I don't understand how. The killer ass fucking lyrics, the leads are fucking phenomenal. It sound like nobody. I think, yeah, it's to me, it's an absolute. If I had it, which maybe I'll do, I still got to do it on death metal albums, which I'll definitely do death metal. If I do top favorite, what did I do? Top 20 favorite black metal albums? That's what I'll do for death metal. Top 20 favorite death metals. 10 would be way too hard. But if I do a top 10 or top 20 favorite thrash metal albums, I'll go through. I'll go through my collection again. Gotta own it. You can't. It's not your fucking top if you don't even own the goddamn thing. How is it your top if you don't even own it? You didn't think it was that good if you didn't want to buy it. But if I do a top for thrash, there's no way. Even if I just did only top 10, I'm virtually positive, just off the top of my head, that would be in there. The Sultan of Rigor Mortis. And then Freaks, I thought was good. I liked it. I own it on CD only. Like it, don't like it as much. And then the comeback album, Slaves of the Grave. Surprisingly, I actually like that too. Flesh for Flies was a good fucking song. Um, I just thought the last track was too long, drawn out. That was my only complaint on it. Did I think it was as good as the self-title, the first album? No. But when it came out, I expected it to suck balls, and I actually was like, oh, this is actually a good record. Again, not as good as the debut by a long shot, not as good, but good album. Enjoyed it, and I bought a CD and LP. I definitely thought it was worth owning. Heather Tiller. Hey, J Dog. Hey, dog. I know they're probably not your cup of tea these days, but which Testament album is the best in your opinion? Personally, I think the New Order is their best, but their newer CDs are solid as fuck as well. Thoughts on this great thrash band? So, Testament was a band that I never paid too much attention to. I remember hearing them very early on in the early days, like I probably heard them after Cannibal Corpse, and maybe that's why I didn't pay that much attention. Because once I heard death metal, I didn't pay much attention to any thrash. Again, just kind of Sacred Reich because that was the first band I heard. Slayer, albums like Show No Mercy, but a lot of thrash. Overkill was another one because again I heard that before Cannibal. But when I heard Cannibal, and then it was I don't even remember who was second in line. It was probably Morbid Angel, but yeah, there was Morbid Angel, Vader, Deicide, Suffocation, Mortician. Those were some of the very early ones that I heard. It was just like I wasn't even interested in listening to the thrash, but I heard some stuff here and there. I remember The Gathering, Practice What You Preach, and I've gone back to my adult years here and there. What I've concluded is I've always had a pretty high degree of respect for bands like Testament because it was it was true metal and from the '80s that, in my opinion, it was bands like Testament where the Watch Heavier the Pantera guys walking around, and they never even heard Testament, like the guys in the '90s that I grew up with. It was annoying. It's like, dude, this is exactly what I'm talking about. If you claim me like metal shit, I understand that Incantation, Mortician, Rochivore, Hemorrhage, shit like that. I understand that's not for everybody. I understand the first Hypocrisy album's not for everybody. But if you're into metal, like Pantera and stuff, there's no reason you shouldn't like Testament. There's no reason that shouldn't be up your alley. But these guys didn't when I was growing up with them. They flat out fucking didn't. But what I conclude for me personally, what I like by Testament is not that I've heard every album by any fucking stretch, but the albums I heard, I don't really like any albums in its entirety. I definitely like songs though. I remember the Legacy demo uh, being pretty good, a pretty good thrash metal demo, which was the pre-Testament. It's been a while since I've fucking heard it. Um, the title track, "Practice What You Preach" from the album, I like that track. I thought that was good. I remember there being another couple songs on there I liked. Was it The Gathering that came out in 2000 or something? I remember being a couple songs on there I liked. Demonic, I remember liking a few songs. They definitely have some good songs. Never thought that band sucked. Never. It was just I didn't. I just uh, pay, I guess, as much attention, but I've definitely come across songs like, oh, this is a good song. I'm definitely going to enjoy this. And I saw Testament in the early 2000s. I think it was for The Gathering. I think that was the title of the album. And a little bit of story for that on that. It was at the Flying Machine, and I think it was their gear, or at least that's what the fucking owner said, the Mitch, who's dead. The Flying Machine, total fucking jerk too. At least he was to me and my brothers, which was weird as fuck because he saw us many, 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 many times, knew exactly who we were. I mean, not to the point knew where we are, didn't know our home address and sent us Christmas cards, not to that degree, but saw us at all the shows. 100% positive, he knew who these kids were. So, but he would treat us like shit for no goddamn reason. Like, hey, kid, with this merch that we just bought, can we go put out in the car? No reentry, just stupid shit. Like just being a fucking jerk for no reason. It was at his club. Testament played there. This is probably about 2000, 2001, definitely very early 2000s. There's no way I was even 18 years old yet. Again, talking these early days, man, fucking go to Mortician, those sold out. Maybe 75 fucking people, total ghost town. Testament took forever to go on. That was probably Mitch's goddamn fault. They start shows stupid ass fucking late. And they played like 6 songs. Maybe not even that, but I want to say it was about 6. And then their gear went out. People were pissed. I remember there was these kind of like construction worker looking fucking hill jack-ass motherfuckers. Never seen them at another metal show ever again, of course. Because you're only just a bigger metal band. Well, I guess at least they like Testament, though, not fucking just Pantera only, right? So guess I'll give them that goddamn credit. But were they listening to Deceased? Probably the fuck not. I'd bet money not. But anyways, they were fucking pissed. And when I say pissed, like they were pounding on Mitch's fucking door because Mitch kind of went to go fucking hide after the show. And he finally came out and they were, F-bomb, like literally like ready to physically fight him, right? Because they wanted a refund. He's like, it was their gear. I don't know what the fuck they're set. Let's get the fuck out of here before I call the fucking cops. It was like that type of shit. I know me and my brothers, granted, I'm say this is 2000. I think it was the year 2000. I'm 15, so the oldest is Eric. He's 18, so we're just these fucking young kids. We're just kind of like, because we're kind of waiting. I remember there's the hillbilly guys kind of like starting like the shit, right? So I'm like, oh, so is this the refund line? And once I'm seeing all this, I'm like, oh man, he's pissed. I don't want to get it. He can just keep my money. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, because we didn't know. You know what I mean? If so we getting refunded or not? I'm like, I guess show's over. But yeah, Mitch wasn't fucking happy about that. But that was that's kind of just a little bit of testament story that I was at for that. So, and I remember liking the songs they played, but I don't remember which ones. And again, now, yeah, like I said, a long fucking time. But I think so look up the album. Which album came out in 2000, 2001? Is it The Gathering? Because it was for that tour. I remember that. And like I said, I remember hearing the disc, and I remember having songs I liked, but I remember having songs I didn't like. So, and they're been around a long time. But to me, yeah, if you like Exodus and get Metallica, that's another one. Guys, I'm Metallica, welcome to Metallica, Black Album. Okay, even if you're a Metallica Black Album guy, there's no reason you shouldn't like anything on Testament. But you go out and talk about the Panini's douche. So, oh yeah, dude, I like goddamn fucking metal. Metallica, Pantera, bro, System of a Down, Linkin Park. If that's what he's into, but you mentioned, well, should you like a band like Testament? Deer in headlights, dick in the fucking mouth. Why is it annoying? Because that's not a music fan. It's like, dude, this band you were able to buy at Best Buy back in the day. You can easily just go to Record Exchange and get it. Like, you can easily fucking get it. It's not hard to obtain. So you can't possibly be a goddamn music fan because you don't even know who it is. It's like, you're mentioning just all the shit that was literally just jammed down your fucking throat. Oh, so this is the cool stuff. So this is what I like. It tells me brain dead sheep ass fucking robot zombie that can't think for himself. I mean, come on, dude. You like kind of like the bands you just mentioned, and you never even heard Testament. They weren't even on your radar. There's guys that are like that for Exodus. I know, I've asked. You like any Exodus albums? Just get lost, fucking canoe. Brain dead sheep fucking robot zombie. It's exactly what fucking her. It's like, come on, man. And I'm throwing them out. I only like one album by Exodus. I like Bound by Blood. That's fucking it. But still, their other albums are Thrash and Fabulous Disaster and shit. It's like, dude, that's up your alley. If you like fucking crappy Metallica and fucking Pantera and whatever else bullshit you fucking mentioned, it's like it's at least somewhat in your fucking realm, and you should have checked it out if you're a music fan. But you're not, today, check it out. Come switch to the fucking news. Got the morning later. Goddamn it.